Welcome back to Tech Garage, brought to you by RockAuto.com.
Best segment of the week, the video question of the week. This week we've got Reed, who's having a tough time staying cool.
Hey Tech Garage, I got these gauges hooked up here. It's showing good pressure, and I don't want to add any refrigerant, and it's not blowing cold air. Could you help me out?
Well, great job, Reed. I see you got gauges hooked up. That's step number one.
Awesome.
But when you hook them up, you know, you're probably reading ambient temperature, and we can demonstrate it right here on the Firebird. Brian, why don't you show it how to hook it up?
Here's a low pressure port, seat it down there. Okay, our gauges are good, but the key is you got to do this with the engine running.
Yeah, and you can see right here, we got the same thing as you, Reed, basically 60 degrees in here. Yours was a little higher, but depends on temperature, 60 and 60 on both sides. Well, it's not running. The key here, we have to run it and see if the compressor's working, and, you know, there could be air in the system as well, either or.
Yeah.
We got our trusty assistant, Abante, my favorite guy. Crank it up.
Max AC, coldest setting, fan on high.
All right, there it goes. Compressor kicked on. You can see the low side starting to drop and the high side's rising. Go ahead and pull up this graphic. You can see what's going on. Your gauges should be somewhere in the 30 to 35 range, the high side up about 200 to 225 on a normal system. Now, if you go to the right over there, you can see high and high is usually overcharged, or you got some airflow over the condenser restriction. Because both sides are going high, the system's getting hot. Now, if they're both low, you're probably low on refrigerant. When it's low on refrigerant, both gauges will read low, but the compressor has to be running. Now, the last one's very symptomatic. You got a high low side and a low high side. Well, that means the compressor's not working. It's not actually pulling in on the low side or pushing on the high side. That'll help you out immensely.
And you would see that duty cycling, you know, if you were running the system, you would see and hear the evidence of that actually not running. And if you've added any refrigerant, you know, in the last year or so, it's possible you've got some air in the line, creating more imbalance. That's something to watch out for too.
That's for sure. Now, our diesel went really well, man. I have to tell you, I know you drove it out of here, but I went down to the physical plant the next morning. It started right up. You know, next day, a few hours, started right up. We fixed the problem.
Awesome. Yeah, that was a biggie. You know, that don't forget, drain that water fuel separator petcock every time you do routine maintenance on your diesel. Got to do that.
Yeah, and we went diesel, so stick around for next week. We're out of time for today, folks. So join us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. There's great stuff coming. We even got more on Tech Garage next week. We'll see you then for more Tech Garage presented by RockAuto.com.